Ball Club. They've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
Pulled in at the 24, and he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them out there, their 6'5" quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A look there at the numbers for Barber from last time. 13 carries, 131 yards.
And when you lead the league in rushing for this stretch of time, now you take on the identity. You now lead the team, and everything runs through you in terms of offense.
On 2nd down, Barber. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. So now in 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. From the gun, Collins. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Collins. And he's got Shockey. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
I like the performances he's put up throughout the year. That's the reason he's ranked number 9 in the league in receiving yards. And in a league that throws the ball around like crazy, number 9's a good number.
2nd and 5. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Right back to him on 1st down. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
And to give this time to the tailback. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19.
And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
They'll start on the ground with Barber. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Looking to throw. Collins.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Anuakin.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Extra point forthcoming. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Second and 4.
Back to throw. Collins. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Barber. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
On 2nd down, it's Barber. A nice little juke, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
They'll try and run here with Barber, and he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. Got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the 1st. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. Off play action. Collins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Running with Barber out of the gun. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Collins. Wide open receiver complete. And the Giants are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Back to throw. Collins firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Collins, off play action. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you'd figure the field goal team coming on 4th.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone.
Right there. 54, right there, right there.
Looking to throw. Collins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. Back to throw here. There goes a deep ball, end zone.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Giant rush gets home as down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected, because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And here's Collins looking to throw on second down. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. That's number 4, sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continue to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
On second down now, it's Barber. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Collins. He'll check this one down to Barber. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going. But we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
John Franklin Myers.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from arm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be stopped here well short of the 1st down at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47.
46 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man. How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Yeah, Detroit back in possession of the football.
They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
2nd and 1. Quick hitter here, it's complete. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Well, that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This is fielded at the 27. That'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. It's caught on the right side at Smith. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Collins now on first down. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. They'll look to throw again. Shakes off the sack. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Throwing is Collins. Throwing on 3rd and long. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Campbell. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, good work in that first half. More from you guys in a minute. But first, let's get to some scores right here on the day before Halloween. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. And it's the Bears who have the lead. The Bears looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington football team. Kendrick Bourne, over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown catch as well. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. In that game, all tied up with the visiting LA Chargers. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll stay on the ground with Barber.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Collins throwing on first down, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Barber on 1st and 10. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Collins.
That's complete to his running back, Carter.
Could be 4 downs, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Collins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. And that is Allen still down following the play. Appears to be shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Barber. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Collins. Campbell making the catch. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Collins. This will be dumped off to Barber. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Just for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Defense.
So a mistake there by the kicking team, going to move the ball out past the 30.
Yeah, they had good coverage, and they got down there quickly, had them pinned back. But that good work goes for naught.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now they try the right side here. And fights through one man. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Now the try here for the point after. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. Now Janikowski following the score. He'll boot this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. New York ready to go again offensively.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Collins. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Collins throwing on 3rd and long. It's caught. Smith. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Now a fair catch signaled for and made right about the 43-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. So here are the Lions to take over. They've got the lead right now in this contest, and they're coming off that victory a week ago against the Minnesota Vikings. Set to go 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
But listen, when you got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area, and he just put it well over his head out of harm's way.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you
think,
mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Now a throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
He goes right back to Green. He's got it complete, and he gets it down to the 32. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And he'll give it here to his running back. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
2nd and 6. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12.
They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Second down. It's Barber.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly who the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
First down, they go with Barber again. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, this is Barber. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Giants on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. That's complete to John Ross. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They'll look to throw here. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. He'll look to throw. And caught. Right side. Green. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout. An injured player. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. They'll drop to throw. And Green with a catch left side. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down. And this one is right through. And that will get the lead up to 14. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And New York set to take the field. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Collins. He's got Smith here. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks. And they know the defense doesn't want to give those up. But they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off near the 44. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat.
And here's Collins throwing after the interception. Complete. Smith has it. Collins now to throw on second down. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Defense.
So a potential big play by this defense wiped out by the face mask.
And disappointing because it was so unnecessary. They had the sack. But the officials are definitely keeping a close eye on the quarterback, especially the referee. They were able to spot that one immediately.
Throwing is Collins on 1st and 10. This goes to Barber, the running back. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now Collins on 1st down. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make this a 2nd down. Back to throw. Collins. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 39. From the gun, Collins. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Collins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Looking to throw, Collins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Over the middle to Smith. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Collins operating from the gun. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Traquan Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Giants are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one.
But now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review of this being inside 2 minutes of play. Everything coming from up above. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back.
And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And after the slow start, the numbers show he has really straightened things out. How often sometimes is that you come into a game and the defense is game planned a little differently than you expected?
More often than maybe people realize, so adjustments are often a big part of each and every game, and it's not just getting to halftime. It's series to series to make it work, and being able to hang in there when there's a little adversity early and see them able to flip it around, it's kind of gratifying for a team to watch, especially for a coach.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here. One final kneel down here, and that should just about do it. In the National Football League, Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Lions,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And they'll head back home next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.